Hello world, this is Citizen, and today is Friday, June 21st, 2013. This is Bible Time Capsule, where we read the Bible on video from front to back. And today we're reading the last chapter of Genesis, chapter 50. Let's begin then. Jacob mourned in Egypt. Joseph fell on his father's face, weeping over him and kissing him. Then he ordered the physicians among his servants to embalm his father. They embalmed Israel, spending 40 days at it, for it takes that much time to embalm. And the Egyptians mourned Israel for 70 days. Next section. Buried in Chanaan. When the days of mourning had him passed, Joseph said to Pharaoh's household, "If I find favor with you, say to Pharaoh that my father at the point of death made me promise on oath to bury him in the sepulchre that he dug for himself in the land of Chanaan. Now therefore I beg to go up and to bury my father, and I will return." Pharaoh replied, "Go up and bury your father as he made you swear." Next section. Jacob dies, is buried in Chanaan. So Joseph went up to bury his father, and all the Pharaoh's servants, the elders of his household, and all the elders of the land of Egypt went with him, together with all of Joseph's household, his brothers, and all of his father's household. They left only their children, their flocks, and their herds in the land of Geshur. Chariots and charioteers too went up with him, so that there was a very large caravan. When they arrived at Goren-Atad, which is beyond Jordan, they held an exceedingly great lamentation there. And Joseph mourned his father for 7 days. When the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, noticed the mourning at Goren-Atad, they said, "That is a solemn mourning the Egyptians are observing." Therefore it was named Abel Mazraim, which is beyond the Jordan. Jacob's son did for him what he had commanded them. They carried him into the land of Chanaan and buried him in the cave in the field of Machpelah, facing Mamre. Both the cave and the field Abraham had brought from Ephron the Hethite for use as a burial ground. Next section. Joseph reassures his brothers. After Joseph had buried his father, he returned to Egypt with his brothers and all who had gone up with him to bury his father. Joseph's brothers were fearful after their father's death and said, "What if Joseph should hate us and pay us back for all the harm we did to him?" So they sent this message to Joseph. "Before he died, your father gave us this command. Thus shall you say to Joseph, Jacob begs you to forgive your brother's crime and the sin they have committed in doing you harm. Now we also pray that you forgive the crime of the servants of the God of your father." Joseph wept over their message to him. Then his brothers came to him in person and prostrated themselves before, saying, "We are your slaves." But Joseph said to them, "Do not fear. Can I take the place of God? You intended evil against me, but God intended it for good, to do as he has done today, namely, to save the lives of many people. Therefore do not fear. I will provide for you and your dependents." Thus he reassured them, speaking kindly to them. Next section. Last days and death of Joseph. Joseph remained in Egypt with all his father's household. He lived 110 years. He saw Ephraim's children to the 3rd generation. The sons of Machir too, the sons of Manasseh, were born on Joseph's knees. Joseph said to his brothers, I am about to die, but God will certainly come to you and lead you up from this land to the land which he promised on oath Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Joseph made the sons of Israel swear that when God should come to them, they would carry his bones with them from that place. Joseph died at the age of 110 years. He was embalmed and placed in a coffin in Egypt. That's the end of Genesis. We will be back tomorrow, and we will pick up Exodus. I am Citizen. This is Bible Time Capsule. Peace. I'm out.